Welcome, Corey Quinn here. You've tuned in to a bonus episode of the Deep Specialization Podcast. For a limited time, every week, we're releasing a chapter of my new book, Anyone, Not Everyone, a proven system to escape founder-led sales. This is in addition to the weekly episode that we release every Wednesday. In case you don't know me, I'm a 17-year veteran of the agency space. I was recently the chief marketing officer at an agency called Scorpion. While there, we grew revenue from 20 million to 150 million. We also grew the sales team from 6 people to 100. We grew the company from 100 people to 1,000, and we grew the number of clients from 1,000 to 14,000. My passion is helping agency owners simplify their marketing and escape founder-led sales by becoming a vertical market specialist. I wrote this book because through my experience in scaling Scorpion and also working with my agency owner clients and interviewing many more on my podcast, this very podcast you're listening to, I've seen the awesome power of specializing in a vertical market can have in scaling. By listening to the book, I hope you embrace and deploy the strategies and tactics I share. If you want to get the full audiobook for free, you can go to anyonenoteveryone.com. That's anyonenoteveryone.com. It's available today. Now onto the episode. Chapter 15, Vertical Relationship Sales and Marketing Strategies. When people are overwhelmed with information and develop immunity to traditional forms of communication, they turn instead for advice and information to the people in their lives whom they respect, admire, and trust. Malcolm Gladwell, author of The Tipping Point. According to a Harvard Business Review article, 80 to 90% of buyers have a set of vendors in mind before they do any research, and 90% of them will ultimately choose a vendor from their day one list. This article goes on to say that there are 3 routes to get on the day one list. 1 is colleague recommendations, 2 is previous experience with a vendor, and 3 is vendor websites. In this chapter, you'll learn how to get on the day one list by becoming the go-to agency that gets recommended by colleagues from within your vertical market. It takes time to build your reputation. The communities within vertical markets are like villages, complete with pre-existing networks that are built upon years of trust building. When you commit to serving a vertical market, it's like moving into this village. Initially, your agency may be considered an outsider. But as time passes and your agency builds a reputation and trust, it becomes an integral part of the village community. Attorney marketing agency Blue Shark Digital's founder Seth Price shared with me, quote, "I look at the conference world like dating. You go to a conference for the first time, it's a, quote, first date. Maybe you get a bite to eat, great. By the second time you go to the same conference, it's like seeing a friend. But the third one, now you're long-lost friends, like your family." Here are some strategies to effectively build trust in your vertical. Prioritize the tastemakers. Tastemakers are individuals or businesses that significantly influence which agencies are popularly accepted and used within a vertical market. Tastemakers come in 2 flavors, influential brands and mavens. Influential brands. Within your vertical are just a few businesses that, if you're lucky enough to land as clients, will result in an immediate credibility boost and visibility for your agency within the vertical. I call these businesses influential brands. At Scorpion, we were fortunate to have a senior executive on our team who had a pre-existing relationship with a senior executive at the largest and most influential brand in the franchise industry. This franchise brand was widely regarded as the most well-run organization in the industry. Their peers, whether they are large franchises or emerging franchises, look up to this industry leader for guidance and best practices. The existing relationship with our executive led to this prominent franchise brand becoming one of our earliest major clients in this sector. This was a significant milestone as we previously had no major clients in this vertical, even though we saw great potential for our product and revenue growth there. We saw this as our golden chance to boost Scorpion's visibility. We provided exceptional service to their account, even if it meant operating at a loss. If they were delighted with our work, it would significantly enhance our reputation and standing within the franchise community. As a result of our success with this influential franchise brand, word-of-mouth referrals led to the rapid growth of our franchise vertical. making it our most significant vertical in terms of both client base and revenue within just a few years. There are 3 steps to closing your first influential brand as a client. Step 1. Identify top brands in your vertical market. Do online research to identify the most successful brands in your vertical. Since business success is highly correlated with influence, look for indicators of their influence, such as business success and growth, involvement in vertical-specific associations, recognition from significant industry and business awards, for example, the Inc. 5000. Step 2. Discover existing connections. Use existing relationships within your network or client list to identify mutual connections that could introduce you to the influential brands in your vertical market. Investigate within your company to identify first-degree or direct and indirect or second-degree connections to individuals associated with the influential brands. Step 3. Leverage your network to connect with key decision makers. Establishing a connection with top executives at prominent brands can be challenging, especially with limited or weak ties. However, even a faint connection can be a starting point to stand out and build trust. Personalize your approach and offer genuine value. When researching the top executives, consider these questions to understand their needs and provide valuable insights. What goals are they pursuing? What projects are they working on? What currently holds significance for them? In what areas might they need assistance? The answers to these questions will help ensure you lead with value. Deep specialization pro tip. Avoid generic or impersonal communication methods like sending case studies or irrelevant information. Focus on building relationships over making a quick sale. Mavens. Mavens, a term coined by Malcolm Gladwell in his book, The Tipping Point, are catalysts for change who know an unusually high number of people within a vertical. They are the go-to individuals whenever one seeks knowledge on any subject, always in the loop and well-informed. They're like sheep herders in a world of herd mentality. Mavens start, quote, word-of-mouth epidemics, quote, through their knowledge, social skills, and effective communication. Most importantly, mavens are more likely to spread the news about your agency within your vertical and be believed. Similar to influential brands, you want to put a concentrated focus on bringing mavens onto your, quote, team through authentic relationship building. Who are they? They could be successful business owners from within the vertical, or keynote speakers, notable authors, or editors of the vertical publications. Finding them is typically not that hard to do. Their names come up in client conversations, at conferences, and online forums. For example, one of my clients focuses on the restaurant industry. Within this vertical, there is a leading figure who is the editor of the QSR magazine, a major industry publication. He publishes daily to his large following on LinkedIn, speaks at industry conferences, and is highly influential. We identified him as a key influencer or maven. We made it a point to attend the same conferences he did, engage with his LinkedIn content, and consistently seek opportunities to connect with him. This built a genuine relationship between my client and this maven, leading to new business opportunities, a credible reference, and increased visibility for my client's brand in the restaurant sector. Here are a few ways to work with the mavens within your vertical. First is talk with them frequently. They typically have their finger on the pulse of the vertical. So having an open and regular dialogue with them means you'll stay top of mind and on top of vertical trends. Next is invest in the relationship. If you have the opportunity, take them out to dinner, go see a show, or do a fun activity together. Doing so creates shared memories and deepens the relationship. Next is invite them to special events or announcements. If your company has exclusive sneak peek content or other experiences reserved for VIPs, make sure to include your mavens. And last, host their expenses at the industry conference. This one works especially well for clients who are also mavens. I've had great success sponsoring client mavens conference tickets, flights, and hotels, first class all the way. It also gives them a reason to talk about you and the experience you've created for them. Next are vertical associations. Regardless of the vertical you choose to focus on, there will always be at least one, but probably many more than one professional or trade association within that vertical that is important for you to get involved with. The benefits of getting involved include, number one, fish in a barrel. Unlike general business events or conferences, vertical associations bring together stakeholders who have a direct interest in the vertical. Mavens, tastemakers, and opinion leaders are intimately connected with their associations. The next is industry insights. Vertical associations often conduct research, studies, and surveys specific to their industry. Being a part of the association gives you access to these insights, which can be invaluable when building or strengthening business relationships. The last one is credibility. Getting involved with a recognized association signifies that you're serious about understanding and catering to the unique requirements and challenges of the vertical. It can be tempting for agencies targeting a vertical to just run out and join an association without a plan. Doing so would be a mistake. Here's what to do instead. Build a list of vertical associations. Ask your existing clients in your vertical about the associations they're affiliated with. Before joining an association you're interested in, check with your clients to see if they're members or if they recommend you join. Here are some examples of associations by vertical. Within healthcare, you have the American Medical Association, the American Hospital Association, the American Dental Association. Within real estate, you have National Association of Realtors, International Council of Shopping Centers. Within hospitality, you have the American Hotel and Lodging Association. You have the National Restaurant Association. In retail, you have the National Retail Federation, Retail Industry Leaders Association, and many more. You can also investigate which associations your competitors belong to. While their membership doesn't guarantee a suitable association for your agency, it's worth considering for your list. Talk with the associations. Get an understanding of the makeup of their membership to ensure it aligns with your vertical buyer. For example, if your primary target is senior executives from major restaurant chains, joining an association for bartenders might not be relevant. Join and get involved. Once you've identified one or more associations you'd like to join, you need to take one last critical step: commit to getting involved. Simply paying the membership fee without engaging is a mistake I and many others have made. Joining an association means more than just paying the annual dues. That's like joining a health club and never going. You don't get results that way. To truly harness the benefits of an association, active participation is key. Consider these options. Contribute to their publication or newsletter. Guest on their podcast. Provide content for their webinars. Speak at their events or set up a booth. Join their committees. Engage in their online communities. Golden Proportions founder Zanya Winans recently told me, quote, "I recommend getting involved in consulting groups or business management groups that often are large and kind of support and serve the industry. Getting an affiliation with those larger groups or anybody that offers continuing education and just being where they go to learn something new, that's where you want to be." The goal? Increase your visibility by providing value to the association's members. This will foster awareness and trust in your agency beyond what paid ads can achieve. Remember, this is a marathon and not a sprint. Building trust and prominence in a vertical through an association requires commitment. It might take a couple of years, but the results, enhanced word of mouth, increased referrals, and smoother sales, can represent up to 80% of new business. Vertical conferences and events. Attending vertical conferences and events allow you to connect with potential clients and strengthen bonds with existing ones. More than a chance for face-to-face interaction, these events offer the unique benefit of creating in-person, shared experiences that simply cannot be replicated through Zoom, webinars, or emails. Why are shared experiences vital? Such moments foster deep connections as they become lasting memories. As Joseph Pine II and James H. Gilmore aptly put it in their book, The Experience Economy, quote, "If you didn't create a memory, it wasn't an economically distinctive experience," quote. However, a genuine shared experience goes beyond just inviting someone to your booth. Here's how you craft unforgettable moments at vertical conferences and events. Host an event. Organizing a successful event at a conference is about much more than just securing a venue. It's about curating an experience. The scale can vary significantly, from grand soirees at upscale venues complete with entertainment, gourmet meals, and exquisite beverages, to an intimate gathering at the conference hotel's bar where you can swipe your credit card. Here are some tips for making a memorable event. First, understand your audience. Know the preferences and interests of your guests. This will help you tailor the event to their liking, ensuring they feel considered and catered to. Next, choose the right setting. The venue sets the tone. Whether it's a lavish banquet hall or a cozy corner in a bar, ensure the environment promotes easy conversation and interaction. Incorporate entertainment. Depending on your budget and the preferences of your guests, consider adding live music, a magician, or even a keynote speaker who can captivate your audience. Serve quality food and drinks. Everyone appreciates good food and drink. Cater to diverse dietary needs and preferences, and if possible, choose dishes that are conversation starters. Encourage interaction. Create opportunities for guests to mingle. This could be through organized activities, icebreaker games, or arranging the seating in a way that encourages conversation. Personal touches. Personalizing the event, be it through customized name tags, thoughtful gifts, or even just personal greetings, can make your guests feel valued and appreciated. The primary goal is to foster an atmosphere that allows you to forge meaningful connections with clients and prospects. It's those personal touches combined with a well-planned event that leaves a lasting impression. Do a unique group activity. Nothing creates memories faster than orchestrating a fun, unique, and enjoyable activities with your clients and prospects. In addition to creating memories, unique group activities help to distinguish your brand from competitors, create a buzz leading to word of mouth and social media sharing, as well as reflect the values, ethos, and culture of your company, giving prospects a clearer picture of who you are beyond the services you offer. Here are some group activities I've either done as an agency CMO or other agency founders have done successfully. Front row seats at a Britney Spears concert or another headliner. Drive $250,000 plus exotic cars at a racetrack in Vegas. Ride in a hot air balloon. Host a round of golf with a $1 million hole-in-one contest. Host a dinner at an exclusive restaurant. Host a private meet and greet with a well-known author or celebrity. Conference booths. Some agency founders I know love having a booth at a conference, while others hate doing them. Here are some benefits of hosting a booth at a conference. Convenience. You're giving your clients and prospective clients an easy way to find you at the show. Visibility. A booth is a great way for new potential clients to discover you. Relevance. For major conferences, not having a booth can signal to your buyer that your business is no longer relevant, meaning going out of business, refocusing away from the vertical, or so on. Hungry competitors at the show will take your absence as an opportunity to magnify this signal. Here are some things to keep in mind if you're investing in a booth. Be remarkable. Remember the USI standard we discussed in Chapter 14? Your booth should embody it. Aim for every aspect, from the theme to the giveaway to the swag items, to be unique, striking, and impactful. While you don't need to go as far as giving away a Tesla, which I have actually done, don't settle for the cheapest logoed pens either. Opt for high-quality booth swag that attendees will appreciate and actually use. Consider offering premium water bottles or upscale pens, even if in limited quantities. After all, isn't it better if people actually use and showcase your branded items? Prioritizing quality not only demonstrates your commitment to excellence and detail, but also distances your brand from the negative perception of cheap products that end up in a landfill. High-quality swag stands a better chance of finding a place on someone's desk, reminding them of your brand's values. The conference is won before it begins. Hosting a booth requires a colossal amount of time between coordinating with vendors, shipping promotional items, and handling travel logistics, not to mention time spent away from the office and home. it's a substantial investment. Don't do all that work just to arrive at the booth for a few days, expecting a steady flow of eager, highly qualified prospects to magically show up. Instead, engineer your success at the conference before the conference begins. Begin engaging with clients and potential leads long before the event. Here are some strategies to prospect effectively before a conference. First, research the attendees. Look at the list of registered attendees, speakers, and participating companies if available. Identify key individuals and companies that you want to engage with. Leverage social media. Engage in conference-related discussions on platforms like LinkedIn and X, formerly Twitter. Use the conference's official hashtag to increase visibility. Send personalized invitations. Reach out via email, inviting specific prospects to meet up during the conference. Look for opportunities to meet during slow times, such as breakfast, lunch, or just as sessions get out. Provide a clear value proposition that explains why they should visit your booth or schedule a meeting. Leverage existing contacts. Ask your current clients, partners, or other contacts if they'll be attending and if they can introduce you to any potential leads. By being proactive and strategic in your approach, you can lay the groundwork for a successful conference, making sure you connect with the most valuable leads and make the most of the event. Be generous. Having a unique experience or giveaway at your booth is a great way to attract prospects. The key here is to offer something your vertical buyer would love to have, while at the same time is a bit of an indulgence. Some ideas include free headshots taken by a professional photographer, a Nordstrom shopping spree, a luxury vacation giveaway, a sports car giveaway. Chase Williams, founder and managing partner at Market My Market, a law firm marketing agency, shared this cool booth lead generation idea with me. We got the attendee list like 2 weeks before the conference, and I think there was like 800 or so people attending that we wanted to go after. So we did an audit for every single one of them in 2 weeks. When someone walked by our booth, we'd say, "Hey, Corey, you're from Quinn Law Firm, right? Hang on a second, I have something for you." And they'd go, "What? What are you talking about?" We had a file folder with the audits printed out and said, "Oh yeah, no, we made this for your firm." And they go, "What?" And I say, yeah, we did that." He went on to say it was a very successful tactic in creating conversations with their high-quality prospects at their booth. Before we wrap up this section, it would be a missed opportunity if we didn't talk about speaking from the stage at vertical conferences and events. We covered it in Chapter 13 under Thought Leadership. Go check it out. Vertical watering holes. In addition to vertical associations and conferences, find the, quote, watering holes where your vertical market buyers hang out. Common watering hole channels include Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, X or Twitter chats, Instagram hashtags, Pinterest boards, YouTube channels, Slack communities, Reddit forums, and more. Positioning expert Jonathan Stark advises a, quote, answer bomb strategy in watering holes. Find places where folks in your target market gather to talk shop. Search for emotionally charged language, for example, love, hate, sucks, dream, nightmare, crazy, and requests for assistance. Does anybody ... Can anyone help with ... If you find someone who you can help, drop a, quote, answer bomb on them in the form of a super detailed and actionable answer. If you blow their mind, they'll need more help. They'll be fairly likely to go to your profile and contact you directly. Next up, you'll learn the key roles for building vertical market expertise in the final step of deep specialization. Build your team. Chapter takeaways. Prioritize building relationships with key vertical tastemakers such as influential brands and mavens to increase recommendations in your vertical market. Vertical associations bring together key stakeholders and influential figures in the market. Vertical conferences and events allow you to create in-person shared experiences, fostering deeper connections that cannot be replicated remotely. Genuine shared experiences go beyond mere interactions. They must be crafted in order to create lasting memories. Hey, Corey here. I hope you enjoyed that chapter of my book, Anyone, Not Everyone. If you want to get the full audiobook for free, you could do so right now by going to anyoneNotEveryone.com. That's anyoneNotEveryone.com.